I was born and brought up in England, Nottingham, and got some film of Nottingham when we went back with Steve when he was little. Oh, and this before this was taken, and as I served my apprenticeship to wood pattern making over there, and railway work and general engineering work. We made big castings for different things, so we had to make the patterns for that. Big gear wheels. Of course, I was just a kid on the gear wheels. The journeyman was the ones that were doing the work, and I was like I was a gopher when you're a young lad, till you go for this and go for that. My wife was a registered nurse. She was just finishing her training when I met her, and then she graduated, and then she went to the midwife school for a year, and then we decided to come out to, when I first met her, she had an idea, her and a friend, another nursing friend, were going out to New Zealand or Australia to nurse for a couple of years, and then come back to England. So when she met me, I kind of put the squash on that one. It's a good job you weren't showing me this about 4 to 5 years after Mum had died, because I couldn't have spoke about it. But it's been now going on for 12 years. 11 years since she passed away, and then we decided to come to Canada with the idea that we'd go back in 2 years. Well, I only worked 9 months for the first 2 years because I was out of a job in the hospital and out of a job for about 6 months. I was in the hospital twice with my appendix. That's when they burst on me, and then we just came over to, after 12 years in there, we got into the States, and then we moved down. We lived in Memphis for 3 years, then moved to Florida, to Castleberry, that's north of Orlando. We were there for about 9 years, and then we moved back to Michigan because I got a better good job up here with a lot more money than I was making down south. Moving didn't bother me. I think it bothered Mum, your grandma, more than it did me, because so women like to get set in the ways where they live and the kids going to school. But I don't think it upset the kids. It was more of an adventure than a burden. Now this is where Leslie, she's telling the birds to come down and get the water. Look. You see, read the lips. Back. What she's telling the birds, she's got water there for them. Yeah, I found out the boat wasn't such a good idea when you've got little kids. You're afraid they're going to fall over. In fact, I took Steve for a whip around the lighthouse down at the end of Detroit River one day, and I spun it around. And of course, when you go banking, he's on the low side of the other thing. And when we got home, he told his mum, I tried to drown him. Some days I wish I could have done. You bloody bugger. Oh, a diaper's falling down. Oh, she's tired, she says. The bottom's going to be showy soon. Do you know, I think that was Leslie. Now I see that happen. I do believe it was Leslie, not Debbie. Debbie was older. They were so fair-haired when they were tiny, and sometimes when they were little babies, it takes me all my time to recognise them anymore. Boy, he could make that swing go. Sometimes I think he was going to set that down high, he'd fall off it. Oh, they were very good. Except for Steve. Your dad was always a tease. I'd have to get my belt off and I'd whack him across the back of the legs. Oh, there's elbows. A cat. Let's see, he walks on his elbows. He was born crippled. Boy, I haven't seen these films for such a long time. It doesn't seem real that time's gone by. They're all grown up. Everyone has got families of their own. I think you don't realise, like I've told other guys, I says, spend as much time with those kids and have as much fun you can, because I says, you're going to turn around one of these days and they're all grown up. I mean, it seems like when you look back, boy, where did the time go? They've grown up so fast. And especially with me, like I had to work long hours to bring the money in. I was working 12 hours sometimes a day. Time I went to work, the kids were in bed. Time I came home, they were back in bed again. Are you filming me?